The automotive industry is asleep at the wheel. They are feeding you the same recycled metal year after year. But deep in the Mojave Desert, at a classified black site facility, a forbidden collaboration just broke containment. Whispers in the shadow market suggested Ford's Skunk Works team partnered with off-the-books aerospace defense contractors. Their objective? To engineer a vehicle that survives atmospheric re-entry, yet feels like a billionaire's private lounge. They failed to make a truck. They succeeded in creating a paradigm shift. Welcome to Project Chimera. To the civilian world, it will be known as the all-new 2027 Ford Ranger. But make no mistake, this isn't a pickup. This is a terrestrial warship. And today, we have the leaked files. Buckle up. The rules of physics are about to be rewritten.
Step through the reinforced threshold, and the violence of the outside world is instantly neutralized. You are no longer in a cabin, you are in a biometric command center. The seating isn't merely stitched, it is grown. This bespoke adrenaline-infused upholstery monitors your vitals. It anticipates driver fatigue before your brain even registers it. Look at the monolithic vertical interface, bridging the gap between human and machine. It actively mimics civilian interfaces, like a Ghost Protocol Apple CarPlay to blend in. But beneath that glass is our first piece of mind-blowing speculative tech, Neuro-Synaptic Terrain Mapping. This AI doesn't just read the road, it links with the driver's optical inputs, predicting traffic and geological anomalies up to 5 miles ahead. It preloads the suspension based on your pupil dilation. And the acoustics? That B&O insignia is a disguise for a sonic dampening field. It utilizes destructive interference to cancel out the chaos of the world. You could be driving through a Category 5 hurricane, and inside, you'll hear nothing but the isolated heartbeat of the machine. Even the central engagement thruster, what civilians call a gear shifter, feels like the arming mechanism of a kinetic strike weapon. To engage drive is to initiate a launch sequence.
Step back. Look at the stance. This beast doesn't sit on the pavement, it threatens it. The silhouette suggests it was carved in a wind tunnel powered by a jet engine. But this isn't just about aerodynamics. This leads us to our second classified breakthrough, Aero-Acoustic Kinetic Shielding. Notice the seamless flow of the front fascia. Those aren't just light signatures. They are ion-charged particle deflectors. The air is actively split and ionized, creating a microscopic slipstream that deflects debris, dust, and radar signatures. And then there is the anomaly at the rear. You see the badge, F-150. Why would a Ranger carry the crest of its older brother? Industrial espionage. This prototype was meant to hide in plain sight. It wears the skin of a larger Titan to confuse satellite surveillance. The flared magnetic-levitation hubs house wheels that look like they don't even rely on traditional friction to stop. They manipulate localized gravity. This isn't stamped steel. It's a physical manifestation of dominance. It's an apex predator, forged in an alloy we aren't even supposed to know exists yet. Forget everything you know about internal combustion. Throw your V6s and twin turbos in the scrap heap. The 2027 Ranger does not have an engine bay, it has a containment reactor. While the spec sheets will likely feed the public some digestible lie about a hybrid electric V8, the leaked blueprints suggest a plasma ignition turbine. This powertrain harnesses raw, elemental fury. It doesn't accelerate, it alters your coordinates in space-time. When you depress the accelerator, you aren't opening a throttle body, you are tearing a hole in the atmosphere. The torque figures aren't measured in pound-feet, they are measured in seismic events. It is silent when stalking, but when provoked, The exhaust note sounds like the earth clearing its throat. It is immediate. It is violent. It is perfection. Pavement is an insult to this machine. Dirt is merely a suggestion. When Project Chimera leaves the grid, it stops being a vehicle and becomes an extension of the Earth's crust. It doesn't crawl over boulders. It negotiates with geology and always wins. This is where the third and final piece of forbidden engineering comes to light: the quantum alloy self-healing frame. Underneath this menacing exterior lies a skeletal structure forged from molecular memory metal. Go ahead, drop it from a 5-foot ledge, slam it into a granite embankment. The microfractures don't weaken the truck. They trigger a localized exothermic reaction. The chassis heals itself. It actively rebonds at a microscopic level, becoming stronger at the exact point of impact. The harder you punish it, the more indestructible it becomes. The planetary gear differentials don't just lock, they fuse. It recalculates traction thousands of times per second, ensuring that if even 1 millimeter of rubber touches a solid surface, you are moving forward. It mocks gravity. It eats topography for breakfast. So, how do you put this apex predator in your driveway? You don't. You don't just walk into a dealership and buy Project Chimera. You have to be selected. Rumors from the shadow markets indicate that the initial rollout won't accept standard currency. You are buying into a black ops lifestyle. The projected MSRP? If you have to ask, you lack the clearance. But insiders estimate a starting price well over $120,000. And frankly, for alien-grade self-healing technology and a plasma ignition core, that is the bargain of the century. Availability is heavily restricted. Only a handful will ever see civilian hands before the Defense Department steps in and classifies the patent. If you want one, you don't need a loan officer. You need a fixer. The 2027 Ford Ranger isn't a successor. It's an extinction-level event for every other mid-sized truck on the planet. It is a terrifying blend of luxury, black site technology, and brutal, unapologetic capability. It asks one simple question to the automotive world: are you ready to become obsolete? I want to know what you think. Is the world ready for a truck with a self-healing chassis? Or has Ford opened a Pandora's box that they can never close? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one. If your mind is as blown as mine, smash that like button to feed the algorithm and hit subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the future of motion. Until next time, keep your eyes on the shadows because the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed.